Now to another big story that we're following. Convicted killer Scott Peterson is inching towards a retrial on death penalty. His lawyers argued a juror in his first murder trial was biased, and a judge in Redwood City gave the defense more time to investigate their allegations. Chronon's Amy Larson was in court yesterday. She joins us now in the newsroom with details. Amy, Scott Peterson is, I'd imagine, fighting to get a whole new trial.
He certainly is, and you may be wondering, why are we talking about Scott Peterson now in 2021? Why is his appeals process taken so long? And that's because this was a death penalty case. Scott Peterson was sentenced to death originally during his trial back in 2004, so it has taken this long for him to actually have a shot to be back in the courtroom. I was in court yesterday in Redwood City in San Mateo County, where the case is once again being heard. There are two tracks for this case. One track is the habeas corpus. Scott has one legal team for the habeas corpus, where he is trying to get an entirely new trial for the criminal side. The second track is for the penalty phase. Now, last year, the California State Appeals Court threw out Peterson's death sentence. He needs to be resentenced now, so he has a separate legal team for that matter. And it is guaranteed he will get a new trial for a new sentencing. He is no longer sentenced to death, even though today he still is living on death row in San Quentin. Now, yesterday, I got to interview Peterson's defense attorney, Pat Harris. He says he still feels confident that his client is innocent. Let's roll that clip.
From the moment I met him, for the first 3 months, I sat in a jail cell with him in Modesto every single day. He was always telling the exact same story. It never, ever changed. It never contradicted. It was amazing because every client I've ever had, you can almost always pick up contradictions or stories. Never did with him. And the only last thing I'm going to say about that is I have unfortunately, although I try to avoid it, every once in a while I either read about or see on television some storefront psychiatrist going on television giving a diagnosis about Scott as being some sort of psychopath. I don't know how a human being could be shut in a jail cell for what now is 17 years and not change some. I know that he's always been, ever since I've met him, he's always been very truthful with me. He's always been very straightforward. The first track is the actual potential retrial, the entire case. That's being litigated, and from what you saw today, the briefing schedule's getting set up. The second track is the penalty phase. The penalty phase can't really go forward until the other track is settled. So we are trailing behind it. We're trying to determine when they're going to make a determination as to whether there's going to be a full trial or just the penalty phase.
Is there any other advantage you're gaining by waiving time?
I don't think we're gaining any advantage by waiving time. I mean, Scott's sitting in a cell and he's innocent, and I don't see any advantage to that at all. We want to go forward as soon as we can go forward. I think you heard me ask the judge about scheduling at the end. We hope and we understand that there has to be a process, and we certainly want the habeas team to have as much time as they possibly need to get the issue briefed. But we're anxious to get going. We're anxious to get back into a courtroom. He has what I consider to be the best appellate attorney in the country, Cliff Gardner. The team is tremendous. They done a fabulous job from day one on the habeas.
So especially as far as readers and viewers who I've been talking to on Twitter, who have been following our coverage of these new updates in the Scott Peterson case, a lot of people are just outraged that Peterson is even getting a shot to be back in court after seeing a huge amount of evidence presented in his first trial. A lot of people think he is guilty and that this shouldn't even be talked about. But the real issue that the court is considering right now in 2021 is, did Scott Peterson get a fair trial for both the habeas corpus side and the penalty side, which are both going through the court system right now? The issue really comes down to the jury. For the sentencing side, it was the original trial judge made an error when he was questioning the jurors to be selected for the jury as far as their opinions on the death penalty. He failed to ask some questions that are required. So that's why the sentencing was thrown out by the state appeals court. As far as the habeas corpus side of things, that is actually an issue of juror misconduct, which has been alleged against one juror. Her name is Rochelle Nice. They believe, or I should say Scott Peterson's defense team believes, Miss Nice lied in order to be selected to be on this jury. They say she had an agenda from day one and she wanted to be on the jury to help convict Mr. Peterson before ever hearing a piece of evidence, before ever actually sitting through the trial. So in both cases, habeas corpus and the sentencing side, this really comes down to the jury and whether Mr. Peterson was given a fair, unbiased jury for his murder trial back in 2004. Once that matter is settled, then we're going to be going into 2022. That's when we'll get to see new evidence and new witnesses, which Peterson's defense team has been working very diligently on for months now. That's when we'll get to see the new evidence presented, which they will use to try to prove his innocence. But as far as 2021 goes, this is a slow legal process. So far, we are just looking at, the judge is looking at, did Mr. Peterson get a fair trial as far as the jury goes?
It really does rest on a technicality, which a lot of times that's what criminal defense attorneys rely on, is a technicality to either get their client off or to give him a lesser sentence. With all this happening now, what does Laci's family have to say about it?
So recently, Laci's family has been very quiet. They haven't gone public making comments, but you can only imagine that this is very gut-wrenching for them. They've already been through so much heartbreak. Yesterday, I asked Peterson's defense attorney, Pat Harris, if he's been in contact with Laci's family at all. He said he has not. He has not spoken to them since the original 2004 murder trial. So far, Laci's family has chosen not to speak out as far as these new legal developments go.
It's a lot going on in this case, and to think that it's coming on 17 years later. Amy, thank you so much for that update on this case.
Thank you, Snoz.
Now, San